Good morning, guys. Let's get started in a couple of minutes. Yeah, APT looks like it's gapping down a little bit. I wanted to buy it yesterday, but I missed it. I guess the entry was when it took out the highs of the day. 14.7 Fortunately, I missed it. LK is down quite a bit. Over 80%. It was down like 85%. Pretty amazing. It reminds me of Snuff back in 2011 when Muddy Waters hit Snuff. It was the second trading day of my career. And the Snuff went down like 90% or 95%. And then it bounced. Then it had like a 200% intraday bounce. And then it got delisted a few days later. Yeah, the question is how much? Like how much of their sales did they fabricate? What was it, 5%? Was it 75%? Like if it was only 5%, the stock doesn't deserve to be in the fours. But if it was like 50 or 70%, well, then yeah, probably. 228 RMB, which is 310. It's about oh, okay, 2/3. Okay, yeah, okay, then it's bad. Then it's pretty bad. Then it's pretty bad. Well, I guess it's not one of the fastest growing companies, public companies in the world anymore. I guess it's not one of the fastest growing. Like, I was really excited about this thing. You know, in case it builds a base, etc., etc. But that's not gonna happen now. We had a great trade on it back in November, December. Doubled. And then it's been acting like shit. It's just like snuff. Back in 2011, when Muddy Waters hit snuff, there were some pretty big funds in it. There was one famous hedge fund that lost like $1 billion or so in a day. I don't remember what his name is. What's his name? He got famous in 2007, 2008, shorting a bunch of stuff. What's his name? He lost $1 billion on snuff in one day. So yeah, like no one knows anything. You think these billionaires, you know, no one knows anything. No, not Einhorn. No. What's his name? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. No one knows anything. That's my point. Yeah, Paulson. Exactly. Thank you, Paulson. Nah, probably not. Unless they were all in Luckin. Yeah, the China names, man. You can never trust the China numbers, and they're so damn corrupt. It's such a corrupt country. Unbelievably corrupt. Can't trust any number that comes out of China. You just can't trust it. Yeah, I think a lot of people will be selling their Hamptons if they lose their businesses in this coronavirus shutdown. Because that's the thing you get rid of in a crisis. You get rid of the luxury stuff, the non-essentials. Like in Sweden, there's been a lot of Lamborghinis come to the market lately, the past couple of weeks. Exactly, yeah. Always live under your means. Yep. All the people that are levered are getting killed. I held some Marriott overnight, a tiny bit, but I'm getting stopped out right now. In hindsight, it wasn't a good entry. It looked. I covered some into the close, but it's kind of extended the downside already. So not happy about this one. Just covered all of it. It was a tiny position, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Apron had a nice little pivot yesterday. I passed on it. It's kind of incredible. I haven't been able to buy any breakouts for the past few weeks. I just don't trust anything. LK. I guess we're getting in the rally now. Doku? Yeah. One of the strongest stocks. Probably gonna be a day of inactivity for me personally. I just don't see any big opportunities. I have a nice little short portfolio and I'm gonna keep these things until I get stopped out. And we get a nice signal to the upside. Wow, that's one hell of a candle. Holy shit. Wow, that's there's some volume there. 3 minutes into the trading session, traded 63 million shares. Okay. All right. That's not bad. Damn, this MGM casino stock is strong. Why is this one so much stronger than the other ones? Insider buy. Yeah, there's been a lot of insider buys in a lot of stocks. Actually, there's been a record of insider buys the past couple of weeks. Let's see if they're right or if they're off with their timing. 1 million and at 11.94. Okay. Uber, yeah, it is weak. Yep, it's about to take out yesterday's lows. Interesting. I'm gonna do a tiny position of Uber, just because I'm bored, and also because it looks pretty good. Gonna use this. I'm gonna use like a less than $1 stop on it. Let's see if we can get a flush. It looks pretty good on the 60-minute chart. Yeah, it is showing relative weakness. Yeah, I just saw it. Yeah. I got filled 100 shares. Yay. I'm doing a small position. In case we go much lower in the markets and maybe even take out the recent low, you know, there's gonna be a lot of downside coming. And if we don't, that's fine. Right now, a lot of things are bouncing. I got filled a third of my shares on Uber so far. Let's see if this rally fails, just like yesterday. I was about to add more SPXL through the lows of the day, but I didn't. Like, we had an hour rally yesterday, and then we just faded the rest of the day. Let's see if same thing happens today. It's classic bear market action. You get a strong first couple of hours, and then you can kind of sell off the rest of the day. Now they're speculating that this GSX, which is also another crazy growth stock from China, may also be cooking their books. Probably. Right? Probably. Something to keep an eye on this GSX. If they lose faith in these China names, this thing is gonna go to 20. Oh my god, Luckin. Man. Nice bounce so far. AMLP ETF looks good on the 60-minute chart, but does have some resistance coming up. This declining 20 days, just a little bit higher. It's probably gonna get rejected there. Also, one sector I'm watching is gold. It did sell off initially in the panic phase, but it's right back to all-time highs, or not all-time highs, but 52-week highs. So I don't know. I shorted a bunch of GSX. Nothing crazy, but man, if they lose confidence in this thing, oh man, this thing is gonna be down 30% in a few days. I'm maybe gonna add more. It's not a super liquid stock. It's pretty thin. And SSR is on. Yeah. If it goes sideways a bit more, with some lower highs, I'm gonna add more. Again, it's a thin name. The liquidity on an LK is pretty amazing. 76 million shares, and it's been halted most of the day so far. It's been trading for like what, 3-4 minutes. Holy shit. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Oh, Uber, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Took out the lows. All right, I have a pretty decent short portfolio now. Not gonna add more, I think. Yeah, LK, I wouldn't be trading this thing. Exactly, the halt risk is huge. Absolutely. Wow, Zoom! Holy shit, it's down 16%. I guess this is not a great sign. A lot of speculation money is leaving the market. What's TDoc doing? TDoc is holding up, but Zoom is so, well, not great. Not great, to be honest. Hacking? Oh, okay. I had news. Yeah. Apparently they didn't encrypt the calls either, even though they say they do it. Some bad behavior. A lot of bad behavior. AMRN is doing a dead cat bounce thingy. Maybe I'll put it on watch. If it goes to like $6-7, could have a nice reversal. Very interesting times that we live in. And I think some of you guys who haven't been there yet, but in the next few months, I think there's gonna be some life-changing amounts of money to be made in the markets. Just have to wait for the right spots. Just have to wait and have patience. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we go lower. I personally, as a trader, hope that we go lower, but for the sake of a lot of other people that are about to lose their life savings, I don't want it. I don't want the market to go lower. But for me personally, that would be great. Wouldn't it be great if SPYs went to like 180? Gonna be some insane opportunities, but yeah, so yeah, a lot of countries have handled it pretty bad, like Sweden. We haven't even locked down anything yet. Like all the neighboring countries are under lockdown. You can't go more than 2 person on the street. You have to like have 2 meters of distance. But in Sweden, like, I was in a shopping center today. I ate lunch. I sat in a cafe. I was in a store. I bought some workout clothing. everything is normal. There was pretty decent amount of people. I haven't left my house. Wow, okay. Oh, they are? Where are you? Where do you live? Texas, okay. Get haircut before shutdown. I'm bald. I don't need a haircut. I shave my head. But yeah, I guess it's a good idea. I don't think a lot of people think about that. They hoard toilet paper, but they don't get a haircut. Oh, okay, GSX is at lows of the day, pretty much. Probably should add. Yeah, I know a lot of international media has been writing about Sweden. But it's all about, the thing is you want people to get infected, but you don't want to overwhelm the healthcare system. And I guess they're waiting until the healthcare system gets strained. Right now it's under control. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think Sweden has better resources, healthcare resources than most other countries. So they just, waiting until it starts getting strained. And right now it's pretty calm. But all the other neighboring countries have shut down. Sweden is the only one who hasn't. It's pretty. So we'll know in 6 months who did the right thing. Because the thing is, the countries that were really like South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong, that were like contained the virus, like almost no one in those countries got infected. So it's just gonna come back year after year. They're never gonna get rid of it. And so the Swedish approach is you want most of the population to get infected so they get immune, so life can go on. You don't have to worry about the virus anymore. So, but yeah, obviously it all depends on the individual country's healthcare resources. Because those who need the care, you need to be able to provide the care. Otherwise, unnecessarily, people will die unnecessarily. Yeah, in Sweden, the trust in the government and in the institutions is overall pretty high. It's one of the highest in the world. So we don't really have that problem. Uber. Let's see. Oh, I should probably cover a tiny bit here. Just covering like 5% of my position. 20. 50 cents. APT. Oh, yeah, it's about to go green. Yep. So let's see. LK is already double from the pre-market lows. Pretty amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing bounces back to low teens or something. I'm tempted to add more on GSX. I'm a little bit tempted to add more. Yeah. This is great action. A lot of the stocks that were about to break out, and you know, the strongest ones, they're pulling back, and now they're building a base. Hopefully, we get some base building for a few weeks at least. What's this? Doku. Yeah, this thing is also about to pull back into the base. This is good. Get some base building in the strongest stocks. BLDP is building higher lows of its rising 150-day moving average. This is a theme stock. They haven't got the earnings yet. They have some accelerating revenue growth. But it's in a very strong uptrend. And right now it is building higher lows of its rising 150-day. This is the time you start seeing which stocks are holding up well and which ones are strong. Down markets are a perfect time for this. If GSX takes out 35 later, I'll add more. Oil and gas is the leading sector today. Question is, if they can hold up and rally, or if they're just gonna fade back. I just don't trust this sector. Man, how many times is this thing gonna get halted? This thing has traded like 5 minutes total today. Maybe even not that. And it's already close to 100 million in volume. Pretty amazing. Hey Pop. Oh, nice volume. But this thing, this thing never does a multi-day move. Look at this thing. It always pops one day, and usually it always fades the same day. Do you think this time is different? I don't know. I don't even know what the news is. Uber is still showing some great relative weakness. Oh, LK. Nearing a triple from the lows. And now we're starting to get downside halts. Yeah. Some of these shippers, I think at least one of them will go bankrupt. Definitely. Right now CCL is the weakest one. Like CCL is down 43% from the highs just 2 sessions ago. That's some pretty incredible range. You been on them? Yeah. Yeah, we're back to the waiting phase. We are back to the waiting phase. Yeah, but it's still showing relative weakness. It's still below yesterday's lows. So that's a good sign so far, but yeah, I fully expect getting stopped out of it. We'll see. I'm intrigued by TVIX. It's building a week-long, or more than a week-long, range here in the low 300s to high 300s area. I think there's gonna be a 50% move coming. Either way it breaks. Not today, but maybe tomorrow or next week. I think there's gonna be a 50% move there in a few days. So this is something I'm watching closely. ATHX, no, it was too thin. This thing doesn't turn up on my scans. Yeah, it had a nice flag break. And also a Corona name. Yep. Absolutely. Nice double from that breakout. I'm gonna do one more scan and then I'm gonna cut the stream. There's really not much going on. Gold and oil day today. Gold stocks and oil stocks are the ones showing strength. All right, thanks for joining today, and I'll see you tomorrow. And good luck trading.